The movie follows a man named Nad Day. In the opening scene, he single-handedly takes down a group of thugs on a rooftop. Despite being outnumbered, he defeats them easily because he was once a feared gangster. 7 years pass. Day has left that life behind, graduated from the College of Education, and is trying to start fresh as a teacher. While searching for a place to stay, he finds a cheap apartment, but it has a dark past. Someone died there. Still, because the rent is low and he hasn't found a well-paying job yet, he decides to stay temporarily. The story shifts to Kangho High School, where a group of delinquent students constantly bully their gym teacher, Mr. Park, until he finally resigns. The principal announces that from now on, any student who bullies or fights a teacher will be expelled. He asks the staff to find a replacement for Mr. Park, but no one wants to work there due to the school's terrible reputation. One of the teachers, Mr. M, remembers his former student Day, who just graduated from the College of Education, and contacts him. Since Day is desperate for a job, he accepts immediately. The next day, Day rides his scooter to the school. On the way, he sees some Kangho High students smoking and tries to warn them, but they provoke him into a fight. With his past fighting skills, he defeats them effortlessly. When he arrives at school, the principal and teachers warn him about the students' violent behavior. A female teacher, Miss Yuri, shows him to his class. When he enters, the students ignore him, so he slams the desk to get their attention. Some of the boys he fought earlier are in his class and look uneasy. Day writes his name on the board, but the students laugh at his name. He doesn't react and moves on. After class, a girl named Jian asks her friends how she can make money fast. She doesn't care what she has to do. Kong and Ban, the same boys who were beaten by Dei, overhear her and offer her a job with a big payoff. Ignoring her friends' warnings, Jian accepts without hesitation. That night, while Day is riding home, he runs into Jian again and stops to help her when she stumbles. Kong and Ban secretly record this, trying to frame him with a fake harassment video. Suddenly, another student, Nam Hoon, arrives and grabs the phone, deleting the footage. The other delinquents clearly respect him. Day assumes Nam Hoon is their leader, but he denies it. The next day, Nam Hoon arrives at school with his girlfriend, Yorin. She's excited to share some good news. Behind them, Kong, Ban, and their leader, Dean, watch with irritation. Day asks around about Nam Hoon and learns that he used to be a gang leader in middle school but changed after entering high school, especially after starting to date Yorin. In class, Yorin proudly announces that she signed a contract with a record company and will debut as an idol. The class gets excited, but Dean and his crew mock her. Nam Hoon tries to remain calm to avoid breaking the school's no-fighting rule, but when one of the gang members shoves Yorin, he snaps and fights back. Day steps in to stop the fight. The principal hears about it and decides to expel Nam Hoon. Day believes Nam Hoon was provoked and kneels in front of the principal, begging for another chance on his behalf. Impressed by Day's sincerity, the principal agrees. Miss Yuri and the other teachers start to admire Day for caring about even the troubled students. Later that day, Day and Miss Yuri see Jian being verbally abused by her boss at her part-time job. Day steps in and defends her, earning even more respect from Miss Yuri. Meanwhile, Dean and his gang meet a real gangster boss. Choi, the leader of another student gang from Kangho High, is also there. The gangster boss doesn't want two gangs controlling one school, so he orders Dean and Choi to fight for dominance. The winner will rule the school. Choi tries to recruit Nam Hoon to his side, but Nam Hoon refuses. He doesn't want to fight anymore. At school, Mr. Lee secretly discovers Day's gangster past and spreads rumors that Nam-hoon is his accomplice. Suddenly, Miss Yuri and the other teachers distance themselves from Day. Mr. Lee does this out of jealousy because he has feelings for Miss Yuri. Choi continues to pressure Nam-hoon by threatening to expose photos of Yorin smoking to her agency, which would destroy her idol career. To protect her, Nam-hoon agrees to join Choi's gang. That night, Day's father hears rumors that his son is still getting into fights and gets angry. Day explains everything, insisting he's only trying to help his students, not fight. The day of the gang showdown arrives. Dean's group and Choi's group meet under an overpass to avoid being caught. They're shocked to see Nam-hoon fighting on Choi's side. Meanwhile, the teachers find out and rush to stop it. Day arrives first and tries to stop the fight calmly, but the students ignore him and attack. At first, he fights them off, holding back so he doesn't seriously hurt anyone, but he starts to get overwhelmed. Just when things get dangerous, Nam-hoon steps in to help him, and together, they stop the fight. They manage to calm everyone down and end the conflict. The teachers arrive and see Day trying to guide the students peacefully. Despite everything, the school blames Day and fires him for causing trouble. The students, now loyal to him, gather to support him as he leaves the school with heavy steps. Later, Day visits his father again. This time, his father is proud. Day may have lost his job, but he earned the respect of his students and taught them something real. The film ends with Day walking with his father to check on the construction of a new school being built on their land. Moral of the story: if a former gangster becomes a teacher, he might end up beating up thugs again and get fired. But in the end, he earns something more valuable: the loyalty of his students and his father's pride.